I'm Joe Biden, Senator from Delaware, and I may or may not approve this message.
Told you the story of the magical pistachio. I got lost in the grocery store and couldn't find my way out. But that's when I saw it, a glowing pistachio. It spoke to me and said, "Follow me and I'll lead you to safety." So I followed it and we climbed up shelves and found a secret passage that led me to the bread aisle. And that's how I found my way out of the grocery store, all thanks to the magical pistachio. So if you ever get lost, just remember all you need is a little faith and a magical pistachio to guide you to safety.
Or something like that. And now, live from Times Square, it's That Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Vostradamus.
Of course that Kevin show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be that Donald show. But we don't have that, so we have that Kevin show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. Making ballot harvesting great again, RNC Chairwoman Laura Trump. A disturbing ignorance in a government branch, Terry Sheffield. Sketch comedy on Bidenomics. Grown-up Spy Kids, Carlos and Alexa Penavega. And Blessing Offer and Dolly Parton in the spotlight. And now, live from Times Square, where he recently joined a cult just to get in on an illegal sublet in a rent-controlled apartment. Here's Dave, I've got a question for you. Yeah, shoot, boss.
What cult did I join? If you're going to play these fake narratives, I've got to know what I'm doing.
No,
I did not join a cult.
No?
No, I do not live in a rent-controlled apartment.
Really? Okay, we correct the record.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting the record. Welcome to the weekend. Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us. It is a very exciting weekend because as we have been doing every week in the year of 2024, we have a beautiful mugging of New York size proportion to give away tonight. This beautiful white with the black label mug is the choice of our winner this week, Peggy Gibler from Yulee, Florida. I had to go look up where Yulee was. I wasn't for sure if Yulee, Florida was a real place, but it is, I can assure you. And Peggy Gebler is our winner of the mug of choice. She chose the white. And it's got the black inside and the black handle and the black label, but the beautiful white. Good stuff. All right. Now, if you would like to have a chance to win your own That Kevin Show mug, we do have them. We're giving them away every weekend between now and the end of the year 2024. You can get this beautiful white one with the black label. You can get a black one with the white label, inverted color design. But whichever one you choose, they're going to be wonderful. You're going to love them. They hold your hot coffee. They hold your room temperature whiskey. I even think I've seen a couple of people sip a little bit of boxed wine out of it. I'm not quite sure.
What about Diet Coke?
Yes, Diet Coke is yes. Diet Coke is good to them too. Anyway, they work very well for all beverages, in case you were wondering. Send your registration to thatkevinshow@gmail.com. thatkevinshow@gmail.com to register for your chance to win, and we will give another one away next week. We have a huge show for you tonight. We've got Laura Trump here. We've got Carlos and Alexa Penavega here. We've got Carrie Sheffield. We've got Blessing Offor and Dolly Parton. It doesn't get any bigger than this, with a lot of good sketch comedy. There's a couple of stories out this weekend that I'm actually kind of really happy about this one, because I've wondered since they agreed to do the debate thing next month if somebody was going to say something about this, because when they agreed to it, Joe Biden immediately said, well, here's a list of demands. Number one, that there be no audience. So, of course, they took it to CNN. And then he said, and number two, that mics get turned off as soon as the time is up. And I guess that they're going to comply with that. Although he said he didn't want any third-party candidates. And evidently, according to the rules, RFK Jr. has now qualified to join this debate. This should be a very entertaining evening just from that little slice of newness alone. But yesterday, the Trump campaign, and I think President Trump himself, made a demand of their own. And they asked that the participants of the debate coming up, I think it's June 4th, it's the first of two head-to-head challenges. They demanded that all of the participants be given drug tests when they are ready to go out on stage, that just before they go, 20 minutes, 30 minutes beforehand, that they take a drug test just to see if anybody has, anything kind of goofy in their system. And why would they have anything goofy in their system? Why would they need to? I mean, they're asking to be leaders of the free world. But in case you haven't noticed, when Joe Biden's not doing a public speech or debate of some sort, when he's just himself, he walks around and shakes hands with invisible people and stares at the sky, and he does all kinds of odd things. And then for some reason, when he gives a State of the Union, he's very, very angry, and he's very animated, and he's like, can't stop shaking. He looks at the camera and he's so mad. And you're like, how is this guy the same guy that's, I mean, that the White House canine has gotten in trouble because he's bitten the Secret Service 25 times. But can you imagine if you were the pet of an owner who was like, oh, good doggy, good dog. What are you doing to me? If I was that dog, I'd probably be a little schizo as well. I'd probably bite people that came near me. I don't know if they're going to flip out in the last minute or not. So anyway, there's some form of some secret formula that Jill Biden, maybe she puts it in a milkshake. Maybe she stirs up some ice cream and a little milk and puts the little powder in there that makes them all happy and excited. But Donald Trump saying, if we're going to do this, we should probably do it with no drugs in our system. And how about taking a drug test just before we go on stage? What do you think about that? By the way, I would be interested in knowing what you think about that. Send me an email, because I may write a column about this. KMCradio@gmail.com. KMCradio@gmail. No, forget that. ThatKevinShow@gmail.com. ThatKevinShow@gmail.com. Send me an email and tell me your thoughts on whether or not President Trump's idea of the participants in the debate taking a drug test just before going on stage, if it holds any merit with you. Because I think it's kind of a good idea. And, he didn't have a long list of demands when he agreed to the debate. He said anytime, anywhere. And then it was, Joe Biden that went, okay, here we go. Got to list them all. So that's breaking news. And I think it's genius. I think it's brilliant. Because if there is some thing in Joe Biden's system that makes him that guy, then we should probably know what that is. And it may not even disqualify him from debating. It may just, be necessary for us to understand in order for him to get agitated. We need to know what causes it. But even on the campaign, I don't know if you've noticed this, but on the campaign trail, he's like that too. He looks in every speech he makes, he's now looking in the camera and he's like frowning. Just last night, I was meeting with a congressional candidate that's running for Congress here in the tri-state area. And the wonderful thing about this person is that she is just the most jovial, happy, nice person that you could possibly have wanting to represent you. And I thought, wow, what a contrast to the codger in the White House. That dude's ready. That dude is ready to, with the White House dog commander, go bite Secret Service people himself when he's on whatever that stuff is. So Donald Trump's saying, hey, let's figure out what that stuff is and make sure that, we have some answer for it. And I don't oppose that at all. All right. Last note before we get to Laura Trump, who's going to be with us shortly. We are at 64 slaves rescued in our slave liberation effort for 2024. And we really need your help. We need your help. 888-342-1010. We're liberating women who have been in the most heinous of situations. And if you want to read more about it, you can go to bringherhome.org, bringherhome.org, 888-342-1010. But we've been stuck on this 64 number for a couple of weeks, and I want to make sure that we're rescuing as many as we can. There are 208 on our list this year. 888-342-1010, bringherhome.org. And we're coming right back with a very non-angry Laura Trump.